Hi and welcome back to the UTF podcast. This is number 11, the football one. We've obviously got our producer Marcus Stanley. He's sitting in the studio with us today because it's going to be quite championship heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, first guest in a while, and we thought we may as well get a Blues fan on, speak championship football.
Especially seeing as, you're so dangerous at the moment, in a precarious position.
Absolutely.
And you've been able to watch a lot of the teams in the championship this year, so you can give your opinion on a lot of those.
It's always nice to get a guest on, but I thought we'd branch out this time and try and see if someone else would come on, but we couldn't find anyone else. So, but I'm happy to be here, of course, as I am all the time. So, yeah.
And you're here every week anyway, just on the other side of the glass.
It's on the other side of the glass, not far away.
Yeah. So it's not all going to be championship, but obviously it's the final weekend, isn't it? So
yeah,
there's a lot going on at the top end and the bottom end of the table. First of all, there's only one team so far that have confirmed their relegation, and that's Sunderland. Wolves, obviously, the other team that have confirmed their place next season. They are promoted. But Sunderland, they sacked Chris Coleman yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Well, I don't understand why he took the job in the first place. It was
surely you can understand why he was sacked because he did such a
disappointing
job.
I think whoever was in charge was going to end the same way.
Yeah, it was destined to fail, I think.
I think it was a poison chalice, whoever got the job. I think he could have got a better job as well, so I don't understand why he took it, even if the money was
I think
good.
an awful lot of people were tipping him to go to the Premier League.
Yeah, well, if you wait till now, you could have a few options. The West Brom job for one, and he's been linked now with the Ipswich job since he's been sacked. His name McCarthy left as well, so I think he'd still have options now, but he could have had even better if he never went to Sunderland.
Do you think he might have missed out on a potentially better job than what he will inevitably get next because of that big misstep? Because obviously leading Wales to the Euros, success they had was very impressive, and the work he's done taking over from Gary Speed has been great in the last couple of years. And obviously Sunderland are a squad that are riddled with issues. There's so much wrong in terms of quality. Obviously the owner there doesn't want to be the owner anymore. He's just sanctioned the sale, Ellis Short. It's a real tough place to have gone, and it almost seems a bit silly that he took it because, like you said, there's other jobs he could have taken. Do you think that's like a misstep that could now affect where he goes next?
I think it definitely has. I think he, like I said, he could have had, maybe if he waited a bit longer, he could have had the West Brom job or an even better job. Maybe the Swansea job. The Swansea job came available between when he left Wales and since then. So I think he made a mistake going to Sunderland. Like I said, it was a poison chalice. I think whoever went there was going to struggle. I'm surprised there was not necessarily a clause, but an agreement that if they did go down, which was inevitable in my opinion, that he could have the chance to bring him back up. But which the rumours are, he had another offer from Ipswich and he wanted to take that. I don't know.
I can't imagine he particularly wants to drop into League One.
Exactly. But I think Sunderland probably will come back up next year. I know they're in a poor situation at the moment, but they have got some good youngsters, and they have got a couple of leaders in Cardiff.
Also a big club.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, for me, that's why he took the job, though, on the face of things. I think that if he had have kept them up, maybe then they may have been in a slightly better financial position. And then he probably took them from there and sort of built on that. But we never should have left Wales, should he?
I suppose the issue though mainly is the fact that he left as he joined midway through the season. If you joined in the summer, at least you'd have a good couple of months to really build the squad and his image. But at the moment, it's like I said, it's such a damaged squad with the amount of quality they have that it almost seemed like just a bizarre move. I mean, one of their star players, Aidan McGeady, who was laughed at of Everton. So
yeah,
it's a weird move.
But they had chances to start though. In recent I know realistically that genuinely the worst team I've seen in this division for a while, and they still had a chance of staying up within the last sort of month. They've thrown away leads and wins and dropped that many points.
I think the last month, like I said, month or two, I think they've dropped points so easily, even against the bigger teams when they've been winning. They were beating Fulham last week on Friday night. And then they end up blowing it late. They always seem to be blowing it late on as well, and it's cost them in the end. Obviously, they've gone down, but they could easily have stayed up.
They beat Derby convincingly, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago?
If they held on, if they could actually defend, because they can attack, they score goals, but if they could actually defend,
I think their mentality, they've got a losing mentality. They've had it for God knows, probably about 3-4 years now. They were flirting with relegation in the Premier League for about 2-3 years, and as soon as that happens, you're on the downward spiral.
I think it's difficult because I think Aston Villa also had it when they got relegated. They were beaten into a to this submissive state, and it took a while for Bruce to start really getting the results. Obviously, Sunderland never really got out of that. They were just stuck in this.
In that example, though, they got the right man at the right time.
Yeah,
I think Steve Bruce is just
in
made
that
for this
sense
division.
That when they went down, they were in a tough spell. They had no confidence, and they had to have someone really get that confidence out. Sunderland haven't had that. They're still stuck in this kind of.
I don't know. It's just really the squad's not good enough, but you can get away with that sometimes if you got the right manager. Look at us. Basically, a couple of years ago, we were buying players on frees and loans and stuff. We had a good manager in Gary Rowett, and he sort of got us out of the mess. So sometimes you can get away with having a slightly less than average squad if you got the right manager. But this time, it's just not worked at all.
Yeah, I do sympathise with them. I think they're a big club, and it'd be a shame to see them sort of confined to the depths of league.
I don't think they'll get promoted.
Do you two feel?
I think it'll be tough. It'll be really.
Do you two feel Chris Coleman was just lucky with Wales, or do you think he can be a good manager with a different team in a less than poised
I'll put it this way: the advantage of having Gareth Bale in your squad, of course, you're going to say that, well, one-man team and all this stuff. That's the only reason why he did well. But really, you still got to manage the squad.
If we understand football, it wasn't a one-man team for Wales. The defence was a massive part of our campaign.
Good side, yeah. But this year it was disappointing. And realistically, when you look at how many times Bale played in that campaign, he had a few injuries, if I'm right, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't play
feature as much.
Cost us.
But really, I think Coleman was a hero at Wales. He shouldn't have left. I think if he'd have known that Sunderland were in the dire straits they were financially, I don't think he'd ever took that job. But for me, he obviously wanted to.
For me personally, I think there's a big chasm between being a successful national team manager and a successful club manager. Obviously, there's the rigours of being there every day, training with the players every single day, instead of only every now and then when the squads meet up. And it's just a completely different game. And there are a number of managers that nowadays, you look at Joachim Löw from Germany, or Joachim Löw, or however you pronounce it. He's one of the more successful international managers. But you'd hardly say if Man United or Arsenal or Liverpool looking for a new manager, he's one of the top names in world football to get that job. Because he's so good. He has been linked with them.
That's what I want.
But I would hardly say he's an elite manager at that level because he hasn't done it. Yeah. He's done it at a completely different level. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but like I said, for me...
You can do both, don't get me wrong. He could be an excellent club manager.
If I had the choice,
but
I'd
he
take him
hasn't
as my
proven
next
that.
manager.
There's a reason why he was linked with us before, because it wasn't that unrealistic that we got him, because he's not a...
It's sometimes harder for national managers to get back into club football, and that's why maybe they take a lower job the more the national team
try and build up.
Level is to try and build up that way to show what they're worth.
I don't think you can. It's hard to compare the two, really, isn't it? Because Joachim Löw is given a squad. When you've got the quality that Germany have, Arsene Wenger's had to build that team over a lot of years, and he just inherit that at Arsenal, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But the management's different because you get to pick your players. Well, depending if you've got a director of football or whatever, but more often than not, you'll get to choose your players, build it how you want to. But with the national team, you've just got that pool of players, and you pick from that.
I suppose in a sense, it makes it a little bit easier in that regard.
Exactly, yeah.
In the sense that, if you like you say, if you go to Man United now, and let's say you think, we haven't got a world-class striker, whereas opposed to Germany, you can pick the one striker you want. You can have any striker you like.
Exactly.
So it does help.
Last question I have on it is, do you think Chris Coleman could do a good job at Ipswich? If he gets
possibly. I don't think he'd do as good a job as Mick McCarthy did. When he joined, they were rock bottom of the table. His first game was actually against us, and they beat us at home 1-0. And from there on in, he's got him in the playoffs. He's got him in and around the playoffs. He's on a basis shoestring budget, no money at all. I think I can't really see that he'll do a better job than Mick McCarthy has at Ipswich, but I still think he'll get a job in the Championship. Chris Coleman.
I think he could do a job with Ipswich because obviously, like you said, Mick McCarthy did really well. He's now stabilised them as a Championship side. So at the very least, there's a better platform there than there is at Sunderland for him to come in and then go, right, we're going to put my own stamp on it and build on from it. Maybe it works. Maybe he stays in the Championship, doesn't improve the club at all. But I think there is potential there for him to really kind of elevate the position they're in now. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he gets. But obviously, they're buried now, Sunderland. They're gone. Yeah. There's an awful lot of drama still to be had in the bottom four.
Including your club, Marcus.
Absolutely, yeah. Never a dull moment, is it?
So let's discuss the relegation situation. Who else can go down? There's quite a few teams, actually.
There's, Reading need a lot to happen for them to go down.
Pretty much safe.
But we're on the same amount of points as them, and from my point of view, we look like there's a serious possibility we could drop. It's only because of Reading's goal difference that they look quite safe. But we never got the job done on Saturday. I'll never know. We were so poor. 5 points clear before the game started.
What are you now?
And now we're 2 points clear. Barnsley and Burton both beating.
Barnsley are out of the relegation zone, aren't they?
Barnsley have snuck out, and in the week they lost to Forest.
At the moment, you have Bolton on 40 points.
Yeah.
Burton on 41. Barnsley 41, but they're just outside on goal difference.
Goal difference and us on
Self
43.
And Reading
on 43. Yeah.
So it's tight. I mean, I think
if I had to put my money on I think will go down, just because who teams are facing, obviously you, Barnsley, and Burton have all got tough matches.
Yeah.
But mainly those two, they are away from home. Obviously you've got Fulham, but you are at home at least.
Yeah.
I'd put my money on probably. It's difficult. I think either Burton or Barnsley will go down, and possibly Bolton.
I think Bolton got Forest at home, who are well and truly on the beach.
So I think Barnsley 3-0 last week.
They did, but I think Bolton need to win. I think Forest will just roll over. I can't see Bolton not winning that game.
Just to clarify things a little bit, so Bolton have got Forest.
Yeah.
Burton have, I don't know which way around it is, but Burton and Barnsley both have Derby and Preston, both who
Barnsley
are 6th and 7th.
Burton are up away at Preston.
And Barnsley
are
and Derby.
Barnsley
got Derby. So Derby and Preston are 6th and 7th. Odds are they're going to, well, they have to win. We'll talk about them more later, but they have to win for playoff reasons. You have Fulham, who are looking to try and achieve automatic promotion, so they're not going to want to take the game easy. It's going to be tight, but I think from what we know, Bolton need a 5-goal swing really to overtake you.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily need that to happen to stay up. They can still have a win, and Bolton or Barnsley can drop into that spot. But it looks likely that at the very least you'll stay up.
See, from your point of view, yes, but I don't know if it's just me being typical pessimistic Blues fan.
It must be that, because
it's got.
Realistically, I mean, are Barnsley and Burton both going to be top 7?
But anything
opposition?
can happen, especially in this league, especially on the last day. Last season we were in a dogfight on the last day as well. We stayed up on the last day against Bristol City, but we needed to win to stay up. We weren't relying on other results, but even those 2 results went against us. Should we have conceded? Say if we conceded, we were 1-0 up. We won 1-0. If we'd have conceded in the last second, we'd have gone down because the other results went against us. So why can't these results go against us again?
Implausible as this one, because obviously you've got 2 of the bottom 3.
No,
not bottom 3. Sorry, 2 of the bottom 4 are playing.
Exactly, yeah.
Top 6,
I think that's what's working in our favour as well, to be fair.
They both have to win. Derby and Preston both need to win.
However, though,
Reading should be safe at the very least, because they've got a superior goal difference, I think.
Yeah,
they should be okay.
They won't need. They won't go down. I can't see.
They're quite a big club as well. It'd be a shame to see them drop.
Who, Reading?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as I know, they've been in the Premier League a few times.
Yeah, of course.
They're a Championship side. They're not really a League One side, are they?
Reading are probably safe. I'd say Birmingham are probably safe, and I think it's a fight between 2 of the other 3.
Who do you think will stay up? If Burton stay up, it's an absolute miracle. Again,
I personally think it'll be the bottom 3 now. I think Bolton and
Barnsley are safe.
Actually, all right. No, give the opposition they've got. Maybe Bolton will get out.
I think Bolton will get out just purely the fact that they've got the easiest fixture.
The thing I have with Burton is I've seen them play a couple of times this year, and my mates back home obviously seen Cardiff playing against them. The way they actually play football is quite surprising how they're down there, even though they're quite a bad team.
Yeah.
Just results don't seem to. They quite, like you said about Sunderland, a loser mentality. Burton are quite similar now.
Yeah.
They seem to be quite naive.
But they're punching well above their weight.
I think it's also experience, isn't it? They're such a small. In terms of the club itself, they're such a small club.
I think the fact that is true helps them a lot, because teams will go there expecting, we're going to roll over Burton today. And they'll drop their game, but Burton have to be 100% every game to get anything in this division, just because their squad's not good enough, their budget's not good enough, and really, they shouldn't be in this division.
It was
only
similar.
on merit they should.
It was similar to when Yeovil got promoted a couple of years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but obviously they never stayed up. They went straight back down.
Burton have put up more of a fight than Yeovil have.
Yeah,
but they've stayed here for a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. I think Burton. There's no. Was
Hasselbank with them when they got promoted, or was he?
I think he was Hasselbank. Or he might have been. I think it was.
Rowett got him to top of Div 1.
No, Rowett didn't even get promoted.
He did from League 2.
He got him into the playoff final, and then we sort of poached him off Burton.
What, from League 2 or League 1?
In League
1,
2. I'm sure it was League Two.
I thought you got promoted League Two and then League One.
Sure
You
it
took
was.
him.
Oh, maybe it was League One then. I should know that really, shouldn't I?
So I thought you got. I thought you
there's
got
a lot of
promoted
leagues
for League
jumping
Two,
around
and then you
I'm-
took him when he was in the playoffs of League One.
I know for a fact he lost the playoff final in League Two with them. Well, I'm pretty sure he did. And then it might have been Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank took over from there. And then Nigel Clough. Oh, there's someone in there I'm missing. Something's got to be. But having said that,
There's a lot of managerial changes in the in the lower leagues. And
I
stuff.
think the likeliest thing to happen, I think, as much as my head says Derby will win, Preston will win, it's never that easy in this division, especially on the last
from
day.
a betting perspective, neither of those teams have come through for me very often this season.
No, well, I'm
Derby and Preston are two of the teams that I try to stay away from because
The thing
they've
is,
ruined a few acca.
when you think
hackers.
Guy Rowett's Derby are just gonna smash a team, they seem to lose. And when you think, they're on a losing streak, they're gonna just roll over and go outside the playoffs. They start winning again.
But how many times have Derby bottled promotion and playoffs in the last sort of five seasons? That it happens too often. But
It's the first time they've had different manager, few different players. They got a lot of experience in that squad. Maybe that
Yeah,
is the issue. They're an aging squad.
Also, if we quickly jump to the playoff position situation, they're going to need to win anyway. Because at the moment we've got Derby on 72 points in 6th, Preston on 70 points in 7th, and Millwall on 69 in 8th. Millwall need a 10-goal swing, and they need Derby to lose to get into the playoffs. And Preston not to win.
Before we mention
Preston will need to win, and they need Derby to lose.
Yeah.
Derby, obviously, if they win, they're in. If they draw, I'm not quite sure what the goal difference is between them and Preston. But either way, Derby shouldn't be taking the game lightly. They'll need to win to make sure they're definitely in the playoffs.
That again will work in our favour. I know we've gone back to the relegation fight or whatever, but the fact that Derby and Preston have to win works in our favour, yeah. But
yeah, you'd expect them not to be too complacent.
I can't see the top 6 changing.
You think Derby will make it in?
I think Derby will.
on a separate note, obviously said about Millwall, I want to credit how much a good tongue twister. I want to credit Neil Harris on the job he's done at Millwall as well. 'Cause what he's done there,
Brought them back from League
phenomenal.
One,
the incredible, they haven't had much of a budget either.
No.
When you're starting like Morrison up front.
Imagine the scenes of Big Timmy Cahill back in the Premier League.
But fair play to Millwall and Neil Harris. He's done it considering he had no managerial experience before that either. Obviously, he loves Millwall. He's been here for donkey's years.
Play for Millwall, didn't he?
Yeah, he's done a great job, and they've been a great team since turn of the year. And it's just they're just unlucky. They're gonna probably just miss out.
Well, I don't think they should be too disheartened. Really, I think before the season started, their fans have just been like, "Well, we need to start up. We need to start up in this division."
Yeah, I suppose the issue with the Championship though is ordinarily when you get that platform, you come 8th or 7th or wherever Millwall finish. It's difficult to build on that and keep going. Like Brentford a couple of years ago looked really good. They looked close to playoffs, didn't quite make it, and then
Well, they made it past 1 year. First year they was in the Championship, they made playoffs.
But they haven't ever got to that level again. You know what I mean?
No.
They don't have
They've
that
been
platform to then
around,
build on it.
The issue with Brentford is. Well, the
Because
issue
you
and the
just lose your better
positives,
players.
They lose their best
they're a
players.
selling club. They sell their better players, but they are good and seem to be reproducing those players, which is keeping them in the Championship at the moment.
The irony with that is we bought
3 of them.
apparently their 3 best players, and that isn't me saying it. It's just what it is. And
Who's that from?
they're about 10 places above us, aren't they?
Who's that from?
Jota,
From Brentford.
Oh, Brentford,
It was Hotter, Harley Dean, and
Maxime Collin.
To be fair, Collin's a good player, but
and Jota is to be fair.
on their day, yeah, they're good players, but it's just ironic that
Is it
Brentford.
Jota or is it Hotter? There's two, isn't
Hotter,
there?
it's Spanish. J is a H, isn't it?
Isn't there two though?
But for Diogo Jota's Portuguese, so it's Jota.
That's what I mean.
That's why it's Jose Mourinho and not Jose.
That's what I mean. I knew there was
If he was Spanish, it'd be Jose.
I knew there was the other one, the Portuguese one. So I don't know which one is Hotter and which one is. So yours is Hotter.
The other one's Jota.
It's just
And
confusing you.
he's a
It's
lot
just
better
confusing
than
me.
the Portuguese one's a lot better than our one. So even when we get Hotter, he's not even the best one. Do you know what I mean? It's just typical Blues, isn't it? But yeah.
But I think you should be happy just But also, I just want to say to everyone back at home, leave a comment below who you think are going to go down and who do you think will make the playoffs this season. Because we all like to know. Or tweet us on our Twitters, which are going to be on the screen now, hopefully.
Hopefully, if I do my job correctly, they should be on
They're
there.
on the screen. So yeah, just let us know. And we'd like to hear what you think, and we're happy to have a chat.
But obviously, the other thing. So Aston Villa and Middlesbrough will be in the playoffs. We know that much. Probably Derby will be in there, but also you have the 3rd place. At the moment, it's Fulham who are on 88 points. Cardiff are on 89. Wolves have won the league. Wolves have got 99.
Wolves have walked
if
it.
Wolves win against whoever they've got this weekend,
Sunderland away.
Probably,
if they win.
If they win, yeah. If they win, they will equal the second best ever points total in the Championship. Newcastle with 102. Wolves will finish on that. So at the moment, it's between Cardiff and Fulham for who gets the remaining playoff spot and who gets automatic promotion.
Wolves,
obviously, I imagine you're leaning towards Cardiff.
Yeah, but
why would you think that?
I don't know.
Well,
it's almost like he's not biased.
Wolves are the best team I've ever seen play in the Championship. I've ever seen.
Possibly.
That's a strong statement.
Possibly.
They just walked it. They've been comfortable. I don't see.
I liked Bournemouth in the Championship. They were incredible.
Yeah, but I think they're just different class to everyone that I've seen. Yeah, I prefer Cardiff to go up because I think they deserve it the most. Fulham. You say that playing wise, Fulham are a better team, yes, but Cardiff haven't been outside.
Better team, better manager, better players.
Well,
to be fair,
better club.
Well, why aren't they above Cardiff then?
Because they didn't start the season as well.
Because Cardiff have been a better team this season.
In fairness to
Do
Cardiff,
you really want to see that, like, their manager in the Premier League?
Yeah, we're a guy.
I don't. I'm not a big fan of
after that
Millwall.
whole debacle with Nuno, I don't want to see him in the
To be
Premier
fair
League.
though, Nuno did admit he was wrong and he did apologise.
He was, yeah, but really, in that sense, he was calling, unclassy and whatnot, have a bit of class, but he's the one telling him to F off and all this on the pitch in front of cameras. So who's not classy?
Exactly.
You just say, look, mate, we'll speak after the game.
Everyone knows what Warnock is.
Exactly. He could have addressed it after the game. Yeah.
Everyone obviously has different opinions of Neil Warnock. He's Marmite, but the one thing you can always say he's a good manager, especially at Championship level.
Sometimes.
Huh?
Sometimes.
He's always a good manager
Sacked
at
by
that level.
Palace twice.
Yeah, but
How many managers get sacked by a club twice?
Yeah, but how many times?
Steve McLaren has, hasn't he? At Derby.
How many times? How many promotions has Neil Warnock got to the Premier League, or just promotions in general?
Well, Sheffield United got promoted.
Well, he's got the joint most promotions of any team. And if you get promotion this year, he's got out on his own most promotions by a manager in English football.
Well, how many is that?
What, just in all divisions?
8 or 9.
Is that all divisions?
Not just all divisions, yeah.
Yeah, all divisions, yeah.
All right.
But he's a good manager, and I think Cardiff deserve it on the base of the season. I can't remember the last time they were outside the top 4.
No,
Right,
they've had a good season.
Maybe September. So I heard fans were saying.
I mean, earlier on in the season they were competing with Wolves for the top, weren't they?
Yeah, well they were
Before
till
Wolves started to
recently.
pull away.
Till they were fighting for the title probably till they lost to Wolves 2 weeks ago. Cardiff.
Yeah.
They were unlucky. They missed 2 pens in the 90th
Oh
minute.
god, that was drama.
If they scored and won that game, then you never know what could have happened. But Cardiff, people say Fulham deserve it more than Cardiff. Cardiff deserve it. Well, that's just
the
untrue.
table never lies, is it?
No,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
The table
They
never
might play
lies.
better football, but Cardiff are definitely more effective. But
They get the results. Fulham I know Fulham have been unbeaten for, what is it? 23, 24 games,
yeah,
wherever.
we're in for a crack on Sunday.
They got the record on there. The record in English football.
Sounds stupid, and they are obviously signing Mitrovic in January was probably best decision any club has made this season.
Cardiff missed out there.
Yeah, but Cardiff are, as I said, they haven't been outside the top 4 all season. They keep getting results when people keep writing them off. Like Villa have been writing them off all season. No wonder people hate Villa fans because they've been idiots all year.
Me being one of them.
Yeah, but on Twitter I see Villa
That's a
fans.
strong statement.
Oh, Villa fans get a lot of abuse on Twitter, especially
Yeah,
from
I know,
Cardiff
mainly
fans.
from Cardiff fans.
Rightly so, to be fair.
No, from Wolves fans as well.
Rightly so.
Birmingham fans, from a lot of fans up there.
Funnily enough, Midlands clubs give other Midlands clubs abuse.
I mean, even Fulham, right?
That's
Fulham,
strange. That is.
Fulham made Villa as well. And they got no
I
relevance.
didn't know you spoke for the entire Fulham fan base, but anyway, I digress. The point is, do you think Cardiff will get it?
Yeah, because they've got Reading.
What about Fulham? Because obviously Slavisa Jokanovic
Good
has
manager.
been really good this season. They play with so much fluidity and quality, and obviously they've got Ryan Sessegnon, who is an absolute baller.
He happens to be about 3 years younger than us. How depressing is that?
Oh, don't mention it, mate.
And actually,
Well, no,
I
I'd
think
rather be.
I think he's actually 4 years younger than us.
Is he 4?
Yeah, he's 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that puts life into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I've always said I wanted to do a podcast anyway, so. Yeah, I think I do have admiration for Cardiff, to be fair, because last season they were below average. They weren't a very good side. Neil Warnock's come in.
Look,
He's changed it all, and he hasn't really spent a lot of money. I'll tell you what, though, he's wasted a bit of money on Gary Medine, though.
yeah,
That's the only thing I'll say. That's the only criticism I have about
to be
it
fair,
this season.
people say 6 million, but we weren't 6 million. It was 2 million and 6 million if they get promoted. So if they do get promoted, they would have to pay another 4.
win-
I'd rather stay
you
down
do
and
win-
not pay the full
You
extra
do
4
win
million
some
for
and
it.
lose some, don't you? Because they got Junior Hoylett on a free, so you win some and lose some.
Well,
Was
the thing-
Mendes Lang on a free?
Yeah, from Rochdale.
Neil Etheridge
Was
on
it
a
a free?
free.
Was it?
Yeah.
Who else?
Or
have we
maybe
got?
500k, either 3 or 500k. But
No,
Junior
I haven't
Hoylett,
spent
Sol
a
Bamba, probably the best.
Patterson?
So-
Is he on a free?
No, I think
They
they bought
bought Sol Bamba,
3
didn't
million. No, Sol
They
Bamba's on
had
free.
Bamba a few.
Sol Bamba, basically
season,
rumours.
they had
And I was getting mixed up between
was-
Akele Manga.
It
He was
was-
in the Premier League, I think. He's not.
He was.
Yeah, he was,
He's
yeah.
fine. There was rumours that Neil Warnock was going to another club. I can't remember which club it was, and he was going to take Bamba and Hoylett with them, or they were going to sign Bamba and Hoylett. And then when Cardiff came in for Hornock, he told them, "Don't sign for this club. I want to take you with me to Cardiff." And that's what happened. Took him into Cardiff, and I'll tell you who's probably had a massive turnaround in the Championship this season as well is Sean Morrison. He's been an absolute leader for Cardiff.
Of a controversial figure, hasn't he?
Very controversial figure
in the
recently.
last few weeks. We won't touch into that, but he has impressed me actually.
He's got a lot of important goals.
Who's captain at Cardiff?
Sean Morrison.
He's
been a proper leader. Well, as Cardiff likes a captain, he's a legend, but this season he actually has been for them.
Yeah, he's done well.
But it's the defence that's gone promotion really more than anything. As Sol Bamba's just been probably one of the best in the Championship, up there with Bawley and the Wolves ones as well, Cody and probably Manga as well. I think there's a few of them that...
Cody's impressive because he's not actually a centre back. So
no, they play 5 at the back. The next season, everyone step up into
it's more three, isn't it? I think. So have Doherty and Douglas.
Same thing on it.
I suppose so. I suppose it's 5 when you're defending, 3 when you're attacking, isn't it?
But I think Cardiff fully deserve it. Like I said, they haven't been top 4. Fulham, obviously, have had a great run. Play good football, good manager, good players.
By the way, before we move on to a different topic, who would you like to see from it? Obviously, Wolves are there. We can't change that. Who would you like to see win the playoff? And obviously, I know you want Cardiff. But who would you want to see get that second spot?
I've got quite an interesting take on it because I think. Put it this way, I think Villa will get promoted if Cardiff drop into the playoffs because I think Villa could beat Cardiff on that day. But I think if Fulham stay in the playoffs, don't go automatic, they're the best team of that 4. And I think they'll probably meet Villa in the final.
But who do you want? Who do you want to see?
Cardiff.
I'd like to see Fulham.
You're not a Premier League supporting fan.
No.
But
I like them. I still watch the Premier League.
You don't have a team in the Premier League.
Of course, yeah.
But who would you most like to see in that division next season?
I'm trying to think
for me personally, I like Fulham. For me, they remind me when I was growing up, they were a Premier League side. I like to see them back. Similar with Aston Villa. So for me, those are the 2 clubs I like to see. Yeah. Obviously, Fulham would have to get promoted automatically. Villa win the playoffs. I don't know whether that's viable or not, but that's what I'd like to see. What would you?
From a selfish point of view, Fulham away is one of the best days of the season. We take quite a lot of fans there. I'd like them to stay in this division. Fair play to them if they go up because they probably obviously they deserve it. The table doesn't lie. I prefer going to Fulham than Cardiff, so I'd rather Cardiff go up.
Yeah. I want Cardiff.
It's an interesting viewpoint.
I want Cardiff to have automatic promotion.
What about Villa?
I want Fulham to have the playoff spot and go up for the playoffs.
What about Villa? Would you rather get rid of them or do you like the Derby Day?
I hate Derby Day. I hate everything about it. It's just a horrible experience. Having said that, I do not want to see them get promoted at Wembley at all. So I'd rather take the 6 points. Well, not the 6 points. I'd rather give them 6 points next season, as we always do, and not see them in the Premier League. Yeah,
true. It'd be tough to watch them have that day of glory.
Definitely, yeah.
So do you? Obviously, you said you want. But do you think Cardiff deserve it above Fulham?
Of course. Really, it depends how you look at it. Whoever goes up, whoever gets the most points deserves to go up. But
that's how I look at it.
But I don't know. I think because Cardiff have really sort of improved a lot under Warnock, and they've not had a lot of money to do it. I think they probably just shade Fulham in terms of deserving to go up. But Fulham, for their unbeaten run, the football they play, some of the players they have. It would be nice to see Fulham back in the Premier League.
I do feel Fulham would do a better job in the Premier League than Cardiff would.
Possibly. Probably have a bigger budget.
Yeah, and also because of the team they got, the players they got.
The pull of playing in London as well.
They're only just offered 800 million for Wembley.
Exactly,
they're definitely going to have a bigger budget.
Yeah. Well, the pull of...
Can you imagine being a Fulham fan and being told, no, we can't afford that striker, sorry.
Yeah.
You just paid 800 million for Wembley.
No disrespect to Cardiff, but if you're a foreign player and Fulham want to sign you and Cardiff want to sign you, you'd rather live in London than Cardiff. That's a big pull for...
Nice area in London.
It's a very nice area in London, yeah.
And probably the nicest one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Kensington, isn't it? Near Chelsea.
I seen something the other day, it was like...
prefer Birmingham myself.
On more streets...
The lobster thing.
On more streets in Britain, you see leftover kebab on the pavement on a Sunday morning. In Kensington, London, it was lobster. And there's lobster all over the pavement. So that was a bit of a typical thing you'd see.
Yeah, it's definitely a better place to be living in than Cardiff, not to shade Cardiff, but
it's just a nice place to live in. It's a beautiful place, isn't it?
Yeah, I think both teams are deserving of it. Whoever goes up, fair play to them. I'd personally like Fulham, but if Cardiff go up, you can't say they haven't deserved it. So
of course, yeah.
As long as we don't lose to them, I don't really care. We've got a history of doing poorly against newly promoted sides. last couple of years.
We're sure
So,
doing poorly against most sides this
yeah,
last couple of years.
Okay, all right, thanks.
He's picked it up under Allardyce, so he's kept you up, and he
I
must
know,
be happy
Allardyce has
about
done a
that.
great job.
Thankfully, we're not talking about Allardyce today.
He always crops up though, doesn't it? I think every episode the word Allardyce, Everton,
Yeah.
sack him. You know. Yeah.
Just-
Even
I
when
can't
he keeps
help it.
winning.
Yeah. He beat Huddersfield the other day.
We've done double over them this season.
Alright. Do you think so?
We've
as
only
well?
done the double over 3 teams this season. Huddersfield and Brighton are 2 of them. No, Huddersfield and Newcastle are 2 of them.
Take
So-
what you wish for, as I'd say.
Yeah, let's move on from that one then. 'Cause I can, yeah, that's for another time.